Hi everyone, this is Ashley and you're watching Ekker TV with Benny.
Woo! Come on!
Yes, guys, just before I start, don't forget to subscribe here, because I love you forever. It means the world. I'll do your hair or something. You love Ekker TV, I do, so just click subscribe or something. Come on.
Hi guys, this is Ekker TV. I'm your host Benny. I'm here today to get you the best advice from the best people in the world. Today we have got the co-owner of Lincoln City Football Club, Ashley MENDELOWITZ. Ashley, how you doing?
Hey Benny, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Can you tell me what you do for Lincoln in your own words, a quick description?
Yeah, so to be fair, you know, my involvement was a little bit incidental. I started and built a business called Perisis, and it was part of a bigger financial group. And there was a guy there, Clive Nates, who you know, he ran another part of the group, and you know, we obviously knew each other well, and Clive, through a combination of events, he went over to the UK. He's a big Everton fan.
Boo.
And he sort of was given this opportunity to invest in Lincoln, and came back to South Africa. We had a coffee a couple of days after he got back, and really I said to him, well, it sounds fantastic, you know, let's, if you combine your passions of business and football, you know, I could think of nothing better, you know. So
why did you choose Lincoln? Any reason in particular, or just circumstance?
To be honest, it really was just the opportunity. You know, I think to be fair, it's not like, you know, I have the money to invest in a Premier League club or a Championship club.
Hardly anyone does.
You know, so the opportunity. I mean, you must remember, Lincoln were in the National League. They were semi-professional when we invested. They were actually in quite a lot of trouble financially. You know, it's a club with a 10,000 seat stadium that was maybe getting 2,000 people in for a game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, it was.
So as you've risen up the ranks, what's your attendance now around average? Do you know?
Well, before pre-COVID, we were getting, you know, 9,500 people every game, you know, almost. So, you know, we had big season ticket holders, big numbers. So it's been an incredible, you know, whatever, 4 or 5 years, you know, just.
Yeah, it has been amazing, but we're going to talk more about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Taking that love and investing now in a football club, was it what you expected?
Well, I think that what we didn't expect was the complexity of running a football club, how challenging it is as a business venture. So on the one hand, you have the passion for football, and you know, it's amazing, almost like as a kid, to be able to go to Lincoln and sit in on the team meetings on the Friday and go to the game on a Saturday and kind of see it from a different angle to a typical supporter or fan, you know.
So talk to me about how the unique side of it. So what's different as opposed to, say, working in a financial business or something like that? How's it different?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think there are a few things, but probably the biggest thing is that, you know, in a normal business, your main kind of stakeholders are your shareholders, you know, and you have your employees and your customers, and all of these stakeholders are obviously crucial. But I think that the difference with a football or with a sports team is that one of the biggest stakeholders is the supporter. So
Crazy.
The supporter brings a whole different angle in terms of emotion and passion that is very, very different. And so, you know, incorporating that into how you run the business. You know, in our time, we've invested in a training facility which we own. We have an academy for the youngsters that is being developed more and more. So, you know, these are all things that are the longer term side of the business of football, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, of course. But as well, you know, transfers and bringing in new players, how involved are you in that as a co-owner?
I'm not very, I get told what's happening. So, you know, I can put in my 2 cents or pennies worth, you know, but, you know, there's obviously, at the end of the day, we've got a great manager. He's got a great team. and then obviously you look at it from a financial point of view and you say, we've made a couple of investments over the last, call it 3-4 years, where, it was big money for us. And it was a big decision to say, we need to bring this guy in. Maybe the guy had a few injuries in the past, and now you're not sure, is he going to be able to kind of deliver,
It's an investment. It is a business investment, but you're investing in a person and a player. So look, it's tricky. It is tricky.
It is.
But look, it's paying off for you so far.
So far, so good.
So that was a bit of background from Ashley, but now we've got our lekker feature. How lekker is your Lincoln knowledge? You're going to need that sip of coffee, I think, because
not so lekker. So I'm looking to get a bit embarrassed here, but it's okay. Let's go.
All right, come on, Ash, we've got to do it. Right.
Let's go.
Why is your team nicknamed the Imps?
I don't know.
Do you not know? You can't even guess.
I need to do some research. You should have given me a heads up.
Yeah, but then it's not as genuine. We have to do it the proper organic way. So your team are called the Imps because there is a legend of the Lincoln Imp, which was sent to a cathedral in Lincoln by Satan, but he was turned to stone. So there's a famous stone imp in one of your cathedrals. There you go.
Okay. Well, you're educating me, and I appreciate that.
Look, and then
but I know the cathedral, and I've had a few pints in the pub right in front of that cathedral. It's called the Strugglers.
After the promotion.
Absolutely.
Okay. What season were you last in League One? I know you're there now, but.
I'm going to go with. Sure, I would say late 70s, early 80s. No?
98.
Before that?
98.
98. Oh, that's quite recent.
Yeah.
Okay. Quite recent.
Ash, I feel bad now because you've not done your homework.
No, I don't know. I'm very strong on recent history, unfortunately. That's all I know.
No, there is some recent now. There's some coming up. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you beat in 2016/17 season to get to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup?
It starts with a B, I think. No. Is it Burnley or Barnsley? Burnley.
Burnley, yes, he's got it right.
Burnley.
Come on.
Here we go.
So here's another fact for you. You were a non-league club at the time.
That's right.
And you were the first non-league club to get to the quarterfinals.
In 100 years.
1914, since World War One. So congratulations. You can take some credit for that. Ash, look, I think you did yourself proud in that round, but we're finished with the feature. So the whole point of the channel is advice for young people, and you're in a very unique position. And I think you're doing very well, and it's nice for young people in South Africa, England, around the world to hear sort of your take on how to get where you are. So I've just got some questions advising young people on how they can do that. So
Sure.
Let's go, Ash. What steps should a young person take to eventually become an investor in a football club? Because it's quite unique.
Well, I don't think, obviously, I think you need to have, I guess you don't have to, but I would say that having a passion for football, is important.
Definitely.
Because it shapes the way that you, the way that not only that you invest, but also how your contribution and inputs to the football club once you've invested.
Definitely.
I think if you're too removed from it, I'm talking specifically about a club like Lincoln, because obviously the Premier League is very different, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I think having that passion helps. Some would argue that it could get in the way, but I don't necessarily think so. When I invested in Lincoln, I was at a stage of my life where I think the timing was really good. So I think that's important is when you get involved in terms of your other headspace commitments, your other emotional commitments, financial commitments. All of these things, I think, come into the timing of when you invest in anything.
I agree, because my next question is actually about timing.
Right.
And it is important, especially in doing something like what you're doing. So is it something a young person needs to aim for early in their career? And could it be a realistic target? Because you see people like you on Sky Sports News or CNBC or anyone, CNN, and a lot of kids will think it's unrealistic. So how realistic is it, and how quickly does a person need to set that as a goal?
I think if you mean investing in the way we have, we effectively, as a consortium, you take a big stake in a club and you get actively involved to improve it, to build it, etc. I think it probably is something that happens a little bit later in your life. I think it's difficult as a teenager or someone in their 20s. But I would say, when you get to your 30s and you've had some experience in business and some successes where you've got into a particular position of having the funding to get involved. It's not necessarily an investment you make to get a return on that investment. It's an investment you make for different reasons. Well,
that's everything, Ashley, the co-owner of Lincoln City Football Club. Can't wait to see you in the Premier League. No, thanks for all your advice, honestly. I think you've been great to talk to, and any kids watching should take inspiration from that. But we'll see you next time. Ashley, when you're in Lincoln next, I'll expect some tickets.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Look forward to taking you there.
Thank you very much. We'll be back next time with Lekker TV. I've been Benny with Ashley MENDELOWITZ, co-owner of Lincoln. Thank you so much, Ash.
I think I pulled a hammy by the end of that.
It's very English of you to go on a pub crawl. My dad could only have one pint at one pub and then he's finished. You know what it's like, Robbie?
I remember that. Yeah, we used to call him half pint Greenstein.